Hi folks, this is Josh Reese, the instructor for the InfoPro 10 series course COM 2025 Electronic Layout and Publishing. This is the first video for the first project. The textbook looks like this. This is Microsoft Publisher 2013, and we will be going through the first project, as I said, the Shadow Blues concert, and it starts on page PUB 3. And we're going to be creating that image in Microsoft Publisher. Now, this is another class where you're going to have to get files from our Moodle shell, but the textbook's asking you to find the pictures using the internal search feature of Microsoft Publisher. So first things first is you go to the Electronic Layout and Publishing Moodle shell, which you should all have access to, and you'll click Topic 2, Chapter 1, and you'll scroll down, and you'll notice a section that says Learning Materials, and then Chapter 1, Publisher Files, Week 1 Lesson. When you click that, this is Project 1, so you lower the Project 1. You'll notice there's a guitar picture and the band QR code. It's the QR code reader that is featured with a little guitar there on page PUB 3. So just to show you where we're going to get the images when the time comes, that's what I wanted to start with today's lesson. So for now, I'm just going to minimize the page on the screen, and I'm going to go through the steps to open Microsoft Publisher. So you click Start, and then Publisher, and you're just going to open it up. And you're going to do a blank option as per the textbook on PUB 5. We're going to let things grow over, and we are going to have to change template there in the top corner. We're going to look for something that says under the event category, if I'm not mistaken. Just let me double check this. You have to click Flyers and then Marker. So all events, Marker right here. That's what we're clicking. And then we're going to, at the top of page PUB 7, that's as far as we need to go. We're then asked to scroll down and change the color scheme. So this color scheme is right here. We're asked to scroll down to find navy. So it's in alphabetical order, so we just have to scroll down to N. A little further, there we go, navy. And then we are going to change the font scheme to Flow Calibri. So it should be right there. And then we are going to include graphics, and we are going to hit the tear offs button, and we're going to ask for contact information as per PUB 10. We're going to click that, and then once we've gone through all those steps, we're going to click OK, and it's creating the document for us. Now I'm going to get rid of this page, and I'm going to increase the view a bit so you can kind of see what's happening on the page. Now, on page PUB 11, it's asking you to play with the page, expand feature, and remember, if you hold Control and use the scroll button on your mouse, you can wheel up and down to zoom in and out, or you can use the plus minus feature in the bottom right hand corner as I'm demonstrating here to however you want to work. I'm going to try my best to zoom in a little bit further so that you folks watching the recording can see what I'm doing. Normally I would work further away so I can see the whole document. That's how I prefer to work, but however you are comfortable working is how I want you to work. Page PUB 12 is just showing you what all of the features in Microsoft Publisher do and what the scratch area is, for example, etc., etc. A lot of the functions are very similar to Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and PowerPoint that we've at this point already done to get to this fourth of 5 classes in the Information Processing 10 course. So I'm not going to go through page PUB 12 in detail, but we are going to just make sure we're on page 1 of 1, which is what PUB 1 of 1.3 or 13, sorry, wanted us to ensure. As we continue to turn the pages, it's still talking about different ways of zooming, and the textbook's teaching you all the different ways to do certain things. Publisher is no different, as I just finished saying, of Microsoft Word and Excel. There are multiple ways to do the same thing. Whichever way you feel most comfortable doing it, go ahead and do it that way, as long as you finish the project. First of all, we're being asked to highlight this section on page Pub 17. And we are being asked to type shadows, blue, and then enter, live, in concert. That's what we're being asked to do on page Pub 17. That's it. We're not being asked to change the fonts yet or anything like that. We're just adding the title. We are then going to select this text and we're going to delete it. So hit the delete key on your keyboard and we're going to type in Saturday, October 4, enter. And it's from 8 p.m. and they want p.m. done this way at the campus auditorium. The telephone at the top of page Pub 19, they want the telephone to just say 555 tickets. And the tickets in all cap lock. Then they want us to click the tagline exactly in between the word tagline. And that's the end of PUB 19. We then want to highlight this whole section. And we're going to delete it by typing over this time. So for tickets, comma, visit www.utix.com. I accidentally deleted that whole thing, so I can undo. So I don't have to retype it. And keep accidentally deleting the whole thing. I should just say .biz, not .boz. Page PUB 20 is telling you to check for spelling errors. Right now we don't have any on the screen, but you would do this by clicking home and then making sure that there are no spelling errors. The flags will come up. That little red line, similar to Microsoft Word. You have business name in the top corner. We're on now page PUB 21. Instead of it having business name, okay, we're going to type in campus, and they want us to type Campus Connor. So they want us to notice the red line pops up, so you would right click and then correct it, just like you would in all of the other Microsoft family programs that we've been working with this term. That brings us to the end of page Pub 21. On page Pub 22, it's still telling us how to correct the spelling like I just did. So now that brings us to page Pub 23. And now we're working with the tear-offs. So we're going to scroll down. We're just going to select the middle one. That's just kind of any one. And we want to start typing shadows, blues, 555, tickets, online at www.utix.biz. I keep typing BOZ by mistake there. Once you change it once, you unclick it and it automatically fixes it so that they all show up the same way. It's just the way Microsoft Publisher, this particular tear-off feature is done. So now all the tear-offs are done. You don't have to cut and paste. You don't have to retype it each time. You just do one of them and the rest update. On page Pub 24, we're now being asked to delete this organization. So we just click it Make sure it's selected just like that. You can hit the delete key on your keyboard, or I'm going to undo that. You can right click on your mouse and then find the delete object feature, which will accomplish the same feature, or goal, I should say, which is to delete that image. The textbook is now asking us to save this document. So, same as all the other features, file, save as. And remember, for these demonstration purposes, I'm actually saving all of these in the same area. So we have the INF, or sorry, COM 2025. And again, I want to do new folder, demonstration file. And now we're going to call this Shadows, creating a flyer, Shadows Blues. When you're saving your file, it would be a good idea if you put your name and campus number down in the file name as well. Now, when you submit it, I'll know who submitted it, but it's just an added level of security to make sure that I know who submitted what. On page PUB 26, it again tells us how to do all of these functions and what the ribbon buttons mean. So again, they're very, very similar to the rest of the Microsoft family in terms of these programs that you've been learning to use. On page Pub 27, we're being asked to bold the shadows blue. And then we're being asked to keep the text selected. So that means on page Pub 28, we're now being asked to hit the italics button. So you can just highlight what you've got. You can right click there, brings up that, and then click italics. Or you can click the italics button up here on the ribbon. It does the same thing, whatever you're comfortable using. And now we have to deselect the text. So we've bolded the title and italicized. So we've made the text crooked there. Then we want to just select here, and we're going to do under text format tools, we're going to click text fit, and we're going to click best fit, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So now it's going to make it big. It's going to make it the best fit for this selected box. See this box I'm going around? That's what is being told to go to best fit. You could achieve the same feature by going up one font size each time until you notice it can't go any bigger, and then bring it back down one, or you can let the program do it for you. That brings us to the end of PUB 29. We now want to click the best fit button again for this line. So we're going to select this line. Again, we're going to click text box tools format, and we're going to click text to fit, best fit. And then we are going to click campus concerts, and we are going to do the same thing here. Text fit, best fit. So we're making sure all the items are best fit for what we needed to do. On page Pub 31, it's asking us to highlight this and bring up the options to increase the size. And we're being asked to increase it to size 22. Notice how 24, it broke it into two lines, and then 22 is perfect. Oh, I went up again, my mistake. 22 is what we need. And we still want it as the font style Constantia. So that brings us to the end of page Pub 31. Now we're on page Pub 32. They want us to highlight the campus concert section. They want us to click text box format tools. They want us to underline the section, so we click the underline tab of the ribbon, and they want us to change the text direction. we're going to have to increase the box a little bit so that it looks just like it does on the screen. I increased this box by dragging this arrow down a little bit because it was like that. We wanted to make it a little bit bigger like it is on the book. So I did just that. Now we're going to click Show Whole Page, which is this button right here. It's kind of similar to like full screen if you're used to watching YouTube. Similar icon if you want to make the video you're watching go full screen. Similar thing. There you go. Now we're looking at the full page of what we've created, and that brings us to the end of PUB 33. Now we're being asked to drag in some pictures. So, first thing we have to do is go back to Moodle and download the picture. So you just click it, it downloads, and you left click, don't let go, don't let go. You bring it over top of the program you're using, so in this case Publisher, still don't let go, bring it on the screen, and then let it go. Now, it just popped into the screen there. Now, this picture is already formatted because I couldn't find the original picture. So you've already got the formatting in place. That is these style options, for example. So you can change it a bit if you want, but you could just leave it the way it is, and that is how we're supposed to look at this stuff. Picture border, we can change the weight, we can make it 6 if you wanted to, but again, it's already been set up the way it's supposed to look at. So Pub 36, Pub 37 is finished. Pub 38, Pub 39, we've got all that stuff. Now we just have to add the QR reader. So we go back to Moodle, download the QR reader, left click, hold, drag into Publisher, release. Now that didn't do what we wanted it to do, did it? So we're going to backtrack that. Don't worry, I did that on purpose so you can see how you would fix it. You want to go back, you want to grab it, bring it over, let it go in the scratch area. This is a scratch area, it's like a holding area. So now I can drag it into my document where I need it to be. So I demonstrated what would happen if you accidentally clicked in an area you didn't mean to. You just click the back arrow to go back to where you need to be, and everything will be fine. Just go back and bring the QR code reader and put it back to where you need it. Notice I positioned it so that those red lines pop up. There we go. So now you know it's lined up. And that brings us to the end of page Pub 41, and then page Pub 42 is asking us to drag this even more so that we have campus concerts all in one line. And then PUB 43 is telling you how to publish it. In this case, you don't have to publish it. You just have to save your document, and you're going to submit this publisher file into the Moodle assignment submission area for Project 1 for the COM 2025 class. So that is the step-by-step walkthrough of how to complete the first project for this 1-credit CTS course. And as usual, you can contact me anytime, email or phone. Remember, if you're calling me, let me know in a message if I don't pick up who's calling, what campus, what page, and where you're finding difficulty, so that when I get back to you, I can help you as fast as possible. So that's the end for this demonstration, and I'll see you for the Project 2 demonstration when you're ready for it.